Welcome everyone to the International Education Day in the lockdown economy in the think tank AlterContacts. I'm super happy that you're all here. Wonderful to see the faces. And if you are not yet on video, please turn on your video because it's almost more fun. All right, so today we are here to celebrate what you all do for education within the framework of lockdown economy. And all of it is contributing to the Sustainable Development Goal number 4. Okay, where do I start? As you know, the lockdown economy contributes to education of business students, of entrepreneurs. It goes beyond the boundaries of age and nationalities and genders and all sorts of things. So we already have collected, well, all of you have collected 200 interviews, which is an excellent, excellent piece of information, right? 200 interviews, woohoo! Especially in such a short time, considering we only had been live for 7 or 8 months as a project. And to start from good news, last year in October, the whole team of Lockdown Economy, and that includes everyone, that includes the interviewers, the transcribers, the social media promoters, the fundraisers, the advisors, the guests, really everyone, we have received a gold medal, a gold award as a hero of the year, helping others during COVID, for giving more than 8,000 entrepreneurs all over the world ideas on how to save their businesses. And it's a gold award. It comes with a gold medal, and it took a while to receive that gold medal, but here it is. It arrived a few days ago, and I'm happy to show you. Wait. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm very happy to share it with you, and you can feel like it's all yours, your achievement, because it's our own joint achievement. And on that beautiful note, I will give the floor to my co-founder, Massimo Mercuri, and he'll say a few good words to start the meeting.
Yeah, thanks for putting me on the spotlight precisely when I was just trying to remember what I wanted to say. But thank you everybody for being here. Education Day. Yeah, actually, we could not expect we could not expect 6 or 8 months ago that we would get to this day and actually celebrate it and know that we're actually beginning to play a role in this. This is incredible. I mean, we are living in a time when the old world or everything that existed is basically failing. Yeah. And even now that I think tomorrow is the beginning of the World Economic Forum, and if you see the conversations that they're beginning to have and how they talk about the restart, and they talk about sustainability in a dyslexic way, wherever you see the word stakeholder, in reality, they talk about shareholders. So the old establishment and the majority of the companies, they are trying just to stay afloat, and they're trying to talk about sustainability in a very weird way. But what we are seeing is that in reality, the old way is not working anymore. So we have to invent a new word. And this, little by little, everybody is becoming aware of this. And looking at the interviews and reading the transcriptions of the interviews, it is very clear that is the young people, the women, and those who are not young or women have to learn to think like young people, have to need to think like children, and really build something completely new from scratch or changing them. Very few businesses, very few ways of making money or of working were capable to continue during this time. And we, all of us, we are documenting the stories of these people that are building the new one. And whatever will come after this is the new generation of entrepreneurs, right? So it's incredibly inspiring. So I just wanted to say that basically for me is a big thing. It's a big thing because it's a once in a lifetime in the history that you have a chance to witness something like that. Yeah, the last time that there was a pandemic was in the 1920, 1930, when it was that. and previously was probably another 100 years before. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that the learning possibilities that we have discovered by giving a voice to the people who are living inside of this time and that are inventing a new way to do things suddenly became material for education. And suddenly we have schools that are interested and that are actively using. I mean, in the Epoca University, they're already beginning to write articles about the the cross-referenced elements that appear in these interviews. The Institute for Sustainability and Resilience, they are beginning to produce articles from learnings, from new things that are coming up. So were we ready for that? No, we are just learning, and is giving a light, is giving a hope for everybody that there is something better ahead. You know, it's not just anymore like Winston Churchill said, if you're walking through hell, just keep walking. No, this is if you have a dream that you think something can be done in a new way, just do it and it will work. So
thank you very much.
This is an introduction.
Thank you very much, Massimo. And a little bit along those lines, there will be another talk coming up. If you want to talk about that, Massimo.
Yeah, I was gonna save it for a little bit later, but
that's a good point.
Yeah.
We can save it for a little bit later. For the universities, I wanted to add that last year we did 2 actually MBA courses based on the lockdown economy interviews. Think about it, an MBA program somewhere in one of the leading universities in Mexico, Anáhuac Mayab, and then suddenly they take all of the things that we collected from the entrepreneurs, from the interviewees, and they use it as the knowledge base for the future business leaders in that MBA program. That's a lot to take in, really. And we recorded the whole experiment. We were recording all the meetings, every session. We were recording, the reflections, everything. So it was like 18 or 20 hours of footage. And one of our volunteers, who is not here today, Ryan Mitchell, he actually managed to watch it, make sense of it, and dissect it to 7-minute documentary, which is now trending on our YouTube channel as an Academy introduction. And it will be shared, of course, after this celebration. So, but now let's hear from you, because Massimo and I speak a lot and you always hear from us, but we would love to know how you are and what you're thinking. And let's start, Carlos.
And what you've learned.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yes. Carlos, if you're there, if you can put, well, anyway, the question we're asking today, since it's the Day of Education, is what have you learned in the lockdown economy project? So maybe in your skills, maybe in the content of the interviews, maybe in the way the whole thing is run. So what have you learned through the lockdown economy project? And well, since Carlos is not reacting, I guess we're going to start with Ronnie, because Ronnie is our star interviewer from Mexico.
Yeah, thank you very much, Julia and Massimo and all volunteers for the opportunity. Yes, when the lockdown started, there's no way. We always were told like stay home, stay there, but I don't know if that happens to you, but to me it happened. I was kind of sad, depressed because I couldn't see any of my friends, even some family, but I was there and I said, well, I'm doing nothing during this week, but I've seen many people are working from home. What are they doing? Are they doing reading? They are reading articles. And when I was told about lockdown economy, when Julia, my professor, invited me, I said, this is a great opportunity, because those who are there waiting for the time to happen, we can make that time to happen right now. And Massimo said right now that the opportunity is over there. But to me, it was an inspiration. I learned that no matter what the time is, we can make that time perfect. We can't wait for that moment to be perfect in order to do it. And also it helped me out to be consistent. I know it's hard. I know it's hard for everybody, but as Massimo said, you're going to start little by little until you see how much you have progressed.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Ronnie. And I'm happy to hear that, because, you came on board as our very first volunteer, and it was the moment when, the whole project was turning from like, it just me and Massimo running it to for the first time, there will be a new person on the project. And it really, having such such a outgoing and in person with so many ideas really helped, because I saw how much potential there is for, and for people to participate. And that gave me also courage to actually invite other volunteers. And I'm very grateful that you all are here today, because it's pretty amazing. You've all created it from thin air. So that's pretty exciting. All right, and so now from Mexico, from Yucatan, we can go to the Netherlands, back to the Netherlands, to Dacia, who is one of the experts of the think tank AlterContacts, and she, from the very beginning, was really, really helpful in advising about the lockdown economy and how to phrase it and how to do the concept and how translated to Dutch so that local newspaper publishes us and things like that. So that was really great. So Dacia, what have you learned?
What I have learned, especially if I watched several clips, the resilience and the innovativeness of people who are starting their companies. And that is very inspiring for me. And I'm not an educator myself, but I know how important education is. And I'm a very big, believer in practical cases in education. So that is why AlterContacts, the clips, I think, are very useful, because, I think people need to have real life cases and not what they find in the book. So for me, that is very interesting, and how the students also reacted on it, because I watched also in October part of the MBA solutions. And for me, then it is very inspiring to see the younger people, the people, the future, actually, how unenthusiastic they are and how willing they are to put new ideas and suggestions, and that you saw that the entrepreneurs were listening indeed to the students. So it was a shared value partnership, and that I really liked. So that's my story, and I think education is very important. So that's why I'm online now, while I'm not an educator in the real, how do you call it, in the classroom sense of words, but maybe I educate people in another way behind the scenes more.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do it by practice. You do it by doing things together, for example, with us on this project. And when you came and shared your experiences with the MBA students from the African venture that you had, this is the education. This is the new world education. So that's wonderful. Thank you very much. So we have also volunteers that have joined us fairly recently, let's say in November, December, but already very, very active. And I'm talking about our transcribers. I see that we have 2 transcribers on the call. Let's start from Deepti. I think you're in India, right?
Yeah, I'm in India. So thank you, Yulia. And today here we are celebrating am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So today we are celebrating the International Education Day. So I think this is the right platform to share something about what I have experienced. I've studied in a university which is named after a very prominent Indian figure in history. Her name is Savitri Bai Phule, and if today I'm sitting here in front of you and I'm able to put out my thoughts to you, then it is her legacy that has been passed down through the generations, and that we women or girls in India are able to study and get educated. We have this opportunity. It is because of her. So, talking about Savitri Bai Phule, she was is considered or regarded as the first Indian female teacher which India had ever had, and she also founded the first Indian girls' school in Pune. So my university through which I did my graduation, it is named after her. It is called Savitri Bai Phule Pune University. So it is a great day to mark her legacy and what she has done for us, especially for Indian women who at that time, because I'm talking about the 19th century, when in India only the upper caste men had this privilege of getting educated. And she was from a very lower caste and also a woman upon that. So it was very difficult for her to get educated, and despite being termed as an outcast or being ridiculed by the society, she did this. So today I'm very fortunate that I have this opportunity to get educated and to contribute to other forums which are helping people get educated. Like you said, we are contributing to the MBA programs, which is a wonderful thing. And I said, for my experiences, I know like Ronnie, I think the other volunteer, maybe he said that being consistent is something which I'm still striving for in order to contribute to a lockdown economy. But still, whatever till now what I've contributed is there were two interviews from India. So in one of the interviews, the business owner, he made a call to the big companies to contribute towards the these handicraft workers who are whose art is at stake right now, because many businesses are closing down. So the call he made to the big businesses so as to contribute either through CSR or to buy the items from them for any corporate events. So I think that was very inspiring, and that is keeping the things going no matter what is thrown at you is what I've learned through what my experiences till now. So I think there's more to come, and I would like to be more consistent in my contributions. That is something I would like to say.
Thank you very much.
Everything counts. Every little thing counts.
Thank you very much, Deepti, and also thank you for educating us about the great female of the great woman of India who introduced education to the female population. I think that's very new, and not just for me, but for a lot of people on this call. I'm not going to speak for everyone. I don't know, but that's the first time I heard of it. And yes, it's exciting to all the things we are learning from the interviews, from especially it's very nice that there we have transcribers, because besides collecting the interview, if you put it in writing and then when you just have a moment, you just like screen through and see the key thoughts of the person without if people are pressed on time, they don't have time to patience to sit through a 15-minute interview, then they're like, okay, I want to know the main points. It's very, very helpful, and I see how people react on it. So that's great to know. And we have another transcriber today on our call, it's Daniela from Philippines, who's now in US, right?
Yes, thank you, Yulia, and hello to everyone. First off, I really enjoyed DT's story about the women and how far education for women in India has come. I think that's really inspiring and really empowering, especially for for women across the world having access to education. So I really enjoyed that story. But yeah, as far as what I have learned as a transcriber, I only began transcribing in December, and I started with doing Tagalog interviews for our Philippine businesses. And it's first it was nice to get familiar with my native language again, living in the States, not being able to see my Filipino friends often, especially because of pandemic. It's nice to hear the language and people speaking it. It very takes me back to kind of my childhood days. But as far as transcribing goes, I've been working from home since March because of the lockdown, and it's so easy to feel isolated when I'm in front of my computer all day long working. So, that was part of the reason why I joined Lockdown Economy, is so that I can have more opportunities to reach out to other people across, in different countries, and see how COVID and the lockdown has impacted their lives. What I learned from transcribing is to really pay attention. Sometimes when you're watching videos, we're so used to just kind of scrolling through, looking at pictures, playing videos while we're doing something else. But transcribing really helped me kind of pay attention to what people are really saying. A lot of the interviews I have transcribed are they're not really even entrepreneurs, and I myself, I'm not an entrepreneur, but you have artists or like designers who are kind of left to manage their entire business because they really have to cut down on people, or they don't have much access to resources because of COVID. And you really see how they kind of just either learn how to do things by themselves, or learn how to rely on their neighbors or immediate family members, people in their household, to make their business work, and all these creative ways that they kind of try to go around the challenges of losing profit and things like that. It's very exciting to see how they overcome those challenges. So I'm really excited to delve more into these stories. I think they're very educational, especially for me, who don't know a lot about businesses and how small businesses work. It's definitely been an educational experience, as well as like a source of inspiration. So I'm really excited to keep going and do more.
Thank you very much, Daniela, and thank you for sharing really your story. And I was about to say that I hope that it's inspirational, what you do, and I'm glad you said that, because indeed, and you're so right that when we're used to scrolling through, like, we really don't pay attention anymore towards to the intonations, to the commas and to dots, when people talk. So that's really exciting. Okay, I saw Carlos going with the video online. Carlos, can you go online with the video and share with us what have you learned? Because
Yeah, I'm seeing you all
in the AlterContacts think tank.
Hi, Julia.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
So Carlos,
okay,
yeah.
I mean, like you said, hello. Okay, I mean, this for me is being incredible. It's been an excellent experience. As an expert with AlterContacts, I've been with you from the very beginning, and for me, in a very short time, the AlterContacts has done a lot of things. I mean, receiving all the prizes and all the knowledge that have gathered in this time is being, amazing. Myself, I participated in one of the seminars with the Anahuac University. It was an incredible experience. I teach, I mean, I didn't teach. I talked to the students within this MBA. They took part in all this conversation, and they saw right away the importance and the value that this knowledge had, and they apply it. With Massimo and Julia. We have been working in the past few months with 2 universities here in Colombia, and they are excited about this initiatives about the lockdown economy. So they want to work with us. They had a strategic partnership with AlterContacts, and I hope that this year we are gonna produce a lot of knowledge and increase our participations around the world. But specifically here in Colombia, with new initiatives within lockdown, like new courses, I hope we can put on new courses and develop new initiative, new entrepreneurship initiative here in Colombia. I hope, we are going to need all your participations from all the experts and I know this is going to imply a lot of work. And sometimes I told Maximo that this is going to be huge. So we need a lot of, participation from all that are interested in this initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Carlos. And yes, we are very, very excited about the two Colombian universities that are actually, through you, we are building relationships with them, and we're about to do something really amazing. I think Massimo knows more about that. And since it's a day of education, maybe you two can say a few more words about that.
Yeah, it's incredibly interesting because well, first of all, it's two very different universities, just similar to what happened in Mexico. Yeah, the one is more like the traditional and formal, and the other one is more for applied sciences, and more hands-on. And even if one is more interested on the theoretical part, the other one is interested really on the practical part. And even we think that maybe we can help the population of some region into teaching the local youth about entrepreneurship and how they can be more resilient, more ingenious, resourceful into finding ways to generate a way to make a living, because the situations, like in many places of the world, is that work is scarce. There's problem of poverty. In some cases, there's even hunger. And if we can help people be more resourceful, well, I think that our mission is accomplished, right? Because what we wanted to do was we started saying we want to give a voice to the entrepreneurs, but actually it's because we saw that they were struggling. And going back to what Danielle said, it's true that maybe the word entrepreneur is a difficult word, but we use it in a general way. So the person that is selling sandwiches on a street, or that is selling empanadas, for example, in the street in Mexico, that's also an entrepreneur in his little word, And even in the informal economy that we are seeing in Nigeria, for example, that where the majority of the economy is informal, and there's a very deep sense, a spirit of trying to do things. There's a lot of creativity going on. And it's beautiful to see that we can actually help those people going ahead. But I'm talking too much, but better let somebody else speak more.
Well, thank you very much, Massimo, anyway, for this bridge also. And of course, as you know, last year, to continue this initiative, the lockdown economy is still run on the savings of me and Massimo, and on all the work of all of you and both of us. And so basically, we're all here doing everything from a good heart, goodwill. And of course, last year, we started the crowdfunding campaign. And this year, we are hoping that we can get even more. Well, we didn't collect much, but okay, it's something. But this year, we are hoping that there will be some grants or some other funding available for our initiatives, so that we can continue it. We can maybe support some people, who are making it happen. Maybe we can get new technology. I don't know. Nothing is known for sure, but we did now just started the new team of fundraisers, and today I have on the call two, acting and just starting fundraisers. So Paula, we met last year. We started already looking for a grant, and she's now in Portugal, and she's back on the team and ready to work, right, Paula?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm ready to work. And as always, I want to thank a lot Julia and Massimo, because I'm a recent graduate, and you know, when you are a recent graduate, you are still trying to know your place in the job world, in the in yes, like what you want to be when you grow up, kind of. And I have not so much experience anything, but Massimo and Julia, from the first moment when I contacted them, they believed in me. And in these difficult times where it's not easy even to have some financial stability or whatever, like they gave me confidence, hope. And at the moment, I'm very excited, thinking that I can grow even more with them, and that I am treated like at the same level as them. You know, like it's not hierarchical or anything. I'm at the same level. I know I feel like this initiative is mine as well, and I think this is very nice and very important for me, because gives me the strength to give to do my best for for the lockdown economy. So I hope we will soon have some funds so we can keep going and expand even more this initiative, and change the world with our action. So thank you.
Thank you, Paola. It's such nice words. Thank you. I'm very, very happy to hear it. And absolutely, it's you know, Massimo's favorite word, flatland, and it is all of ours. You know, all of the people here on the call and all of the people in our team. It's all of ours initiative, because you know, it doesn't happen just with me and Massimo. You know, without you all, it just wouldn't be there. You know, we wouldn't be able to do any of these amazing things that are happening right now. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And now we have another fundraiser also who is just starting out. So Smirti, maybe you can put on your camera and tell a few words about yourself and what have you learned so far, because you had to do the test assignment. So, you know, you were the newest joiner in January. So
hello, everyone. I'm really sorry my camera is acting crazy. It's not working. So I'll just speak it out. I'm really excited and thankful for this opportunity that has come to me. I'm currently in United States, but back in India, I was working with multiple organizations, nonprofit and corporates, and across all the jobs that I've done, fundraising was also one of it. And now here, that in the lockdown, while I was applying through UN volunteers, this thing came to me, and this came across as a very good platform to utilize all the experience that I had, and to build it to basically to build a community that helps generating experiential knowledge, which will be eventually helpful for all the other students or wherever it is used in future. So I see a lockdown economy as something which is not only important as perspective of pandemic, but also in other times, because there can be multiple hindrances to a business, but the experience of the pandemic can run across various um, um, problems that these business entrepreneurs must be experiencing. So I see that it is not for just this time being, it can be scaled across and used in future as well. And I'm so happy to learn and see all and hear all nice stories that all of you have just shared. It looks like I'll be learning a lot in this initiative that I've joined.
thank you very much, Smirti. Yes, and absolutely. I think, well, I'm looking forward to our one-on-one next week, but also I'm happy to hear that you see so much potential in the initiative, you know, being a new joiner and sort of having an outside perspective. It's nice to hear, to have this confirmation. And now we have one more interviewer left who hasn't spoken, and she's trying to connect audio. Edna, are you around? Is your audio working? Is your camera working? Can you speak? Edna?
Hola.
Hola. Can you put on your camera?
¿Cómo estás?
Hello, hello.
Yes.
Well, almost there. Well, or you can
almost there.
Ah, okay.
There.
I can see you. Well, that's what we get. You know, Edna is an interviewer in Colombia, and we still do have a lot of internet. Hello, hello. Okay, I wonder. Máximo.
Hola a todos, ¿me escuchan?
Sí.
Hola.
Sí, te escuchamos, Edna.
Hola, hola a todos. Buenas tardes aquí en Colombia, somos las 2:08 p.m. Me alegra estar aquí compartiendo con ustedes estas iniciativas. Había tenido un problema con la interconexión, tengo fallo en internet, entonces puede ser que de pronto pierda la transmisión. ¿Vale?
Platícanos qué has aprendido durante esta experiencia, Edna.
Bueno, ok. Pues así para mí es muy gratificante compartir con esas historias de diferentes empresarios, escucharlas. Aquí en Colombia ha tenido algo muy positivo. La gente está muy contenta con esta iniciativa, sobre todo porque es de carácter internacional y ha motivado bastante para crear nuevos productos y nuevas iniciativas empresariales. ¿Sí? Digamos que esas iniciativas nunca habían llegado aquí en Colombia o nunca nadie lo había, digamos, tomado la iniciativa. Los empresarios prácticamente estaban coordinando al interior de sus empresas de forma autónoma y cada uno estaba como en lo suyo, ¿no? Nadie prácticamente se preocupaba por el otro, inclusive las personas que tienen su empleo formal, entonces es como decir, tengo mi empleo, pero los demás, si yo estoy bien, pues yo creo que los demás van a estar bien, entonces esta iniciativa ha marcado bastante, digamos, en la localidad en donde estoy y ha tenido una forma muy, muy bonita en cuanto a lo positivo, a la aceptación que hay de la gente que quiere ayudar sin esperar nada a cambio. Entonces creo que eso es lo que me motivó bastante, poder participar y es lo que estoy viendo y hasta el momento ha tenido una aceptación muy favorable aquí en Colombia.
Thank you very
Muy
much,
bien.
Edna. And before Massimo translates it, you know, yes, I forgot to mention that we have 200 interviews from 31 countries in 15 or 16 different languages. So the fact that you speak in Spanish right now is no surprise. Please, Massimo, go ahead and share with English-speaking people what was said.
I will do a synthesis, so it is fast, which is actually a very beautiful feedback, because what Edna was telling us is that the entrepreneurs in the locality where she is in Colombia, they were all, of course, struggling with the same things that many other entrepreneurs are struggling around the world, but they were a little bit disconnected. And also they were used to see that there was a little bit more of being on their own. And since the initiative started and they discovered that actually there is somebody who is willing to do something to help without asking anything back, is probably a first over there. And then it has been very welcome. And what I am understanding from what she says is that she's done the interviews in a very close regional level, very close by. So she has a first-hand feedback from the people in the locality where she is. And that is very nice to have. So it's also very good that now we have Edna and Carlos in the same call. So finally they see their faces and they know each other. So that is great. Looking forward to see some collaboration over there.
Yes,
I wanted
absolutely.
to add something.
Yes, sorry.
It's now that I am talking, because now I have to say a little bit about what has happened with the education, because we have multiple schools that are beginning to use this. The experience from the Anáhuac Mayab now is being learned also by the school, the Galați School in Romania, which is a university in Bucharest. And they are beginning to learn how the people of the Anáhuac Mayab and the other school that I don't remember the name now, in Mexico, how they created classes around their content. At the same time, the Epoca University in Albania, or Albania, depending where you are, is using the initiative as a motivation for the students to go out and meet entrepreneurs and meet small businesses, and then document it and produce articles from it. So we are seeing how something that we did not know how to do, and indeed is the experiential knowledge, as our new lady from India, Smriti, said, the experiential knowledge has become field research that is being used. And one of the latest schools that started using our knowledge or invited for a special talk actually was the school is the Hotel School of Den Haag. Is the Hotel School of Den Haag. I forgot the exact name of the school.
Hotel School The Hague.
Well, yeah. And they organized a TEDx event. So they invited Julia to give a TED talk to the TEDx of the Hotel School Den Haag, precisely on the topic on how the lockdown economy started giving a voice to the entrepreneurs. And hopefully we are beginning to collaborate also with that school. As I said, we did not expect that this will grow so much. It's beautiful because, indeed, as Edna said, nobody's expecting anything in return. I mean, we are doing this out of our heart. I mean, I am unemployed officially if we don't consider AlterContacts, because AlterContacts is not making any money anyway. But it feels so good that you can see that you can actually help people by giving them a voice. It's so powerful, So I'm so happy, guys. Thank you, everybody, because you really deserve a big applause. And I don't think this would have been possible otherwise. I have not seen any business capable to grow this way so fast. I mean, we can really teach something to the big companies and to those who say, oh, I need money to do something. It's not true. You don't need money. You just need the will to do it. And with that, I would like to open an invitation to everyone, because of course, Julia is taking care of the operation on the front end of the lockdown economy. I am in the back end. So I'm working on alliances, partnerships, but also my skill, my expertise is in helping people making ideas come true. So if you have an idea, or you know somebody who has an idea, if it is about business, if it is about something else, it doesn't really matter. Contact me, we get online, and let's see if we can help you. This is an open invitation to everybody. So reach out.
Thank you very much, Massimo. And on that beautiful note, I want to take a group photo before, now is everyone smiling, so that's good. Okay, I'll tell you when. Now, everyone ready? Smile. Smriti, will you please? Well, I don't know how's your camera, but okay, everyone smile. All right, and now let's do the silly one. Oh, okay, wait, no, let's do a serious one again. Okay, smile. I will do that. Yes, perfect. And now we do the silly one. Wait. Do something silly. Okay. Okay, perfect. Those pictures will be available together with the recording and everything. So I have here a little thing that I want to mention. So as I was saying, well, we are very, very grateful for everything you do, because this is our initiative. Like everyone on this call, this is our initiative, right? And so we want to make sure that you feel rewarded for it, and you can show something. Because of course the people, especially who do the social media promotion, who do fundraising, they don't really get their name out there, like transcribers do, for example, have their name on top. The hosts of interviews also have their name there. But what we have is we can produce a certificate for you, certificate of recognition from our think tank for your contribution to the lockdown economy. And especially if you're applying for a scholarship or a job, and you need to show that you've done things in other places, I will be very happy to produce that certificate for you. And the link, of course, for the form to request it will be shared in the email. And another thing I wanted to I wanted to show you the certificate, right? Because it's very pretty. Yeah, isn't it pretty? Okay, now that's the kind of certificate that everyone will receive eventually. Especially, the idea is to give it at the very end of the assignment, but I know that sometimes you need it before you get into something, some new assignment or some new scholarship. Okay. And another thing I wanted to share with you. Wait, do I have it open? No, I don't think I have it open. Okay, then you are spared the painful, sharing of the screen.
I can add something.
Yes.
If if you are on LinkedIn or on Facebook or wherever you are and you find us, connect, and of course add this experience to your curriculum, because it is an important experience. It is something that is officially registered in the United Nations, and we all know how important it is. So also for those who enter the volunteering through the United Nations, there's also a way to get the certificate through the UN volunteer directly. Of course, we are open to give recommendations or to introductions or whatever you need, because we know already some of our volunteers have found job thanks to these activities. And we hope everybody prospers and everybody finds whatever you need.
Yes, absolutely. That is exactly the feeling with which we are doing everything here. Thank you, Massimo, for mentioning it. Another thing I wanted to say is that one of our volunteers, Susanna Brianza, prepared a little article about lockdown economy contribution to SDG4, and it was shared on our Medium channel. And I will also add the link to that email. But if you go to any of our social media channels today, you'll already see the post with the link to that article, and you can check it out. And something that I don't have, the link open, and because I forgot. And I wanted to share with you a very special educational platform. I know that there's Coursera, there's EDX, there are beautiful platforms, they're free, they're excellent resources. But there's one that I think not many people know about. And in our case, in sustainability and in the world development, that one is really important. European Commission has created their own educational platform where all the courses are done by the European Commission, and they only relate to international partnership for sustainable development of the world. So all the courses related to sustainable development, whether it is informal economy or gender equality or any topic that is now very, very important. And especially for volunteers on our project, because our project basically ticks all the boxes in that sense, and it is an acceleration action to sustainable development goals. So this is also a resource I will be definitely sharing in an email, and I really invite you to look at it. It requires to get in. It's absolutely free, and to get in, you need to get a European login. I don't know how difficult it is to get it, but when I did it, it was just a couple of clicks away. It should be fairly simple. But the courses are really interesting. And for me specifically, what's great about it is that, sometimes you think, oh, how do I apply for funding in European Union? Well, they have a course about how to apply for funding in European Union, and that's done by European Commission. So that's the shortcut. That's not something you find on EDX.
And something else, the European Union has funds that can be used in other countries. So that is very important, because that means that if we apply as AlterContacts for these funds, we can then help getting these funds in other countries. So
yes, it's the foreign aid of European Union. And also if you go, for example, if you write European Union delegation in, for example, Colombia, where we have Edna and Carlos, then we will see the website, and there they post what grants are available directly through them. So that's on that side. And I know that a lot of you are students and have recent connection with the universities. And as Massimo mentioned, that we are trying to, yes, absolutely, Carlos, I cannot send it now because I don't have it, but I will send it in an email tonight. So what I wanted to mention is that we are trying to establish connections with more and more universities. So we want to really find a way for them to use the lockdown economy interviews for the studies of the students to prepare them for the new world, new economy, and for us all to build it together. And if you are a student and you have a professor that you really like because their teaching style is very innovative or very interesting, or you just know they're open-minded, show them the video of the Academy, the 7-minute documentary, or send them the link to our website, and just connect them to me, and I will be happy to pick it up because there's nothing like an introduction from a person they know, because doing it on the cold calling, it doesn't always pan out. That's that. And one last thing that I wanted to mention, after that, you will be welcome to say whatever you like to us, is that I have more tasks available for which I have not advertised, and that's social media outreach. I need help with that if you have extra time, or somebody who likes to do social media. Also, I need somebody to help me upload the podcasts. And we are definitely looking for the whole team of people who will be doing writing and research of the interviews and transcriptions in terms of the insights for entrepreneurs. So, and there's absolute creative freedom. There's no censorship from our sides. We actually have now a master's student from Erasmus University who is doing her master's thesis based on the lockdown economy. She's going to be looking at the interviews with female entrepreneurs from the Netherlands and discovering how gender equality was reflected in the pandemic and entrepreneurship and something along those lines. And we are just onboarded a researcher from Italy who is going to be looking also at some aspect of small businesses in the pandemic, naturally. So that's all I wanted to share with you, besides obviously the thank you. So now the floor is open if you have questions, or if you want to share something else, or just with anyone who's going to watch this video, or with everyone who is on this call right now. So please go ahead. Hey, Ronnie.
Yes, I would like to add something that Massimo said about the experiences that we've got here. You remember, Juliet, that you sent me a link for a kind of traineeship for the European Commission here in Mexico?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was canceled because due to the pandemic, and they advertised that. They mentioned it way before. It was really helpful to put the links of the interview that I did. I put the link of those videos that I did as a host interviewer. Also the videos the interview that you did, and I translated from English to Spanish and French. And it was really helpful because according to that, they require someone to speak both English and Spanish, or besides a European language. So it was really helpful in my case because I applied for that, though it was canceled to the pandemic. But I just wanted to share with you guys that it was really helpful. As Massimo said, somebody maybe find a job, but in my case, it was really helpful. Hopefully it can be helpful, useful to you guys as well.
Thank you, Ronnie.
You think they will reopen it soon?
And they haven't responded to the emails yet because they said, well, in Mexico, the COVID-19 the cases grew up, so it basically will depend on the situation because it requires someone to do a resume of the meetings or
Wow.
this kind of stuff with transcribing. But hopefully
All right.
they can work on that as well.
That's fantastic. Well, what's important is that they have you noted down and they take you into account. So when they restart, you're there. Great, wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. It's excellent news, Ronnie. And if you need for your resume, if you need to show some interviews that you did in English, please go ahead and do some interviews in English. We will be very happy to publish those as well. Okay, so anyone else would like to share anything? Or just like some final thoughts, because no reason to keep you here for like the whole hour and a half if we are so nice and swift and short and sweet and we don't any final thought, any wishes for upcoming months, because our next meeting will probably be in April on the Day of Earth. So till then, Dachi, I see you unmuted yourself.
Yes, I tried to go to the TED Talk link, but it was a while ago, but it was not working.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, but the talk is going to be.
But when you send it, I tried to click on it, and it was, or they were working on their I think they were working on their website.
Yeah, the event is which day is the event, Julia?
So on the 10th of February, I'm actually going to give the TED Talk at the Hotel School The Hague. It will be an online event. Everyone can attend. They do charge for the ticket, $9.50. It's not as much as they usually charge for the whole TED event, but you also don't have to pay because in a couple of weeks from the event day, there will be a YouTube link and a TED link with that video. So I will absolutely definitely share it with everyone. And Dachi, I will send you a link again. I know it's available. I checked it. And also in the Netherlands, the price of the ticket includes a goodie bag. So, if that can advertise it.
Is that for the whole day, or is that only one talk?
That's from 3 to 7. There are going to be, I think, 5 talks.
Okay, I would like to see the agenda.
It's on the same link, I'll send it.
Great. Well, looks like.
All right, so everyone look happy. I see people smiling. We also, have celebrated the International Education Day. I'm very, very happy to hear from all of you. I mean, some beautiful thoughts were said. I mean, but each of you said something that made me very happy in my heart. The heart is here, right? So yes, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope that you will join in April. In the meantime, you have my email. You will have Massimo's email in that follow-up message that I'm going to send. All the links I mentioned, I will also include. And if you need any help from our side, to say that you're a good person or professional or something to your future employer or to a scholarship committee, we are more than happy to do that because, you're giving us your time, your energy, your heart through this project, and we would be happy to do something for you as well. I see, Carlos, do you want to say something? You're waving, okay. Hello. Okay, well, on that note, thank you everybody, and have a beautiful rest of the day.
You too.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Julia. Everybody, have a nice day.
You too.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.